What happens a few days before closing? Well, let me tell you. First off, you got to make sure, and lawyers, by the way, are notoriously bad for communicating with their clients. So you have to take the initiative to call your lawyer to determine when you need to go in to sign the paperwork to close the deal, right? Typically that happens 2 to 3 days before the actual closing date. There, you'll have to make sure that you bring your down payment and give it to the lawyer with any additional expenses, his fee and land transfer tax, which we talked about prior, and all those things on that day. You'll also be signing documents, mortgage documents, deed transfer documents, documents for the lawyer himself on that particular day. Then after that day, so let's say 2 days prior to closing, you've done all of this. Now it's just a waiting game. You have to wait, in fact, until the lawyer calls you on the closing day. So in cases, lawyers will say, I think it'll close maybe at 2 o'clock in the afternoon because they've predetermined a time with the other solicitor. If that's the case, you can probably plan around that for making your move. But in a lot of cases, the lawyers don't ask hey buddy, when do you want to close the deal and coordinate until that morning. But that doesn't help you with your planning in terms of moving and help and trucks and all that kind of stuff. So attempt to have the lawyer coordinate a predetermined time on the closing date a couple of days out so you can do better planning. That's really important. It makes your life a lot easier that way. Something else to keep in mind is that you're going to need to have your insurance available. You've got to give that to the lawyer. You got to make sure that, again, everything is being transferred or new accounts being opened for the utility companies. Other things that you have to consider is that your bank will actually do it on your behalf. You don't have to go and get the money to give to the lawyer. The bank will actually wire the money right from their account to the lawyer's account sitting there. So once you top up that mortgage amount with your down payment, then they have enough money to actually close a deal. Sometimes there are big issues with timing, you moving in and the previous owners moving out. Let's assume for a second that the lawyer did predetermine a time to close the deal and that time was 2 o'clock. So you have all of your friends, family, the movers, whatever the case is, arranging to get to the new house, let's say for 2 o'clock. And the other people are sitting there and just started packing. What do? This is really, really important stuff. And it happens more often than not. So one of the things that we end up doing for our clients is calling the other agent to find out when specifically their clients intend to move out, so we have some understanding. Of course, things happen, right? So there may be delays here or there, but at least you have a sense of the timing, and that way you can coordinate properly. So there are 2 elements. When is the lawyer going to close? Number 1. Number 2, when can the realtor on the other side confirm that their clients, the homeowners, are going to move out? So it's a seamless transition, them out and you in. I hope that information's been useful, and thanks for checking in.